I know I'm really late since this movie came out about a year ago, but when I was first watching it, I was just thinking how it kind of dragged on way longer than it should have. I wanted to point out how every single character's decision in this movie aided and abetted Cooper. I mean, Cooper did his thing. He did everything, a man should do that's gonna get captured in front of his daughter. And I'll definitely still be pointing out Cooper's decisions that extended this whole cat and mouse thing, but I'm mostly gonna be criticizing everyone else's decision. So we will be talking about why Trap could have ended much sooner. So Trap is about a father that takes his daughter to a concert, and then he soon finds out that the concert is actually a ruse in order to capture him. Since, he's a whole serial killer and all that. Then the rest of the movie is him trying to take each and every opportunity to escape capture. So we first see Cooper notice all these police uniforms, and you'd think if they were trying to be top secret, catch the bad guy, they would want to be all more secretive. They could have grabbed the majority of the cops, put them in civilian clothes, act like they were going to the concert too. But no, they decided to post cops at every single exit, and that makes Cooper on high alert.
Thank you. This is literally the best day of my life.
You did this. 4 A's and a B. I told you I'd get it for you. I never got grades like that.
And yeah, we see Riley thanking Cooper for taking her to the concert. And yeah, of course, do your thing, baby girl. Get those good grades. But if it wasn't for those good grades, we wouldn't be here now. So yeah, because we see all of these police in their uniforms and SWAT uniforms, all this security stationed everywhere, Cooper's gonna be very suspicious. And throughout the movie, Cooper does his thing. He's very clever, very smart. That's what they make him out to be. He's does everything and anything to think, what can I do to escape this situation? So because of all these polices, he goes to find out what's going on.
Psst. Cooper.
And that brings me to the first decision.
Jamie. Hey, what's with all the police trucks outside and the cameras everywhere, Jamie? Something happening?
I'm not supposed to tell. Don't rat me out.
Then don't tell.
I won't.
You know the butcher?
Yeah, Jamie's the type of person you don't want to tell a secret to, because then he's going to go around and do something like this.
Feds or whatever heard that he's gonna be here today. So they set up a trap for him. This whole concert? It's a trap.
Yeah, he just happily, obligedly tells Cooper what the hell's going on.
Wow. Here? Yeah, they're watching all the exits. They're checking everyone that leaves. There's no
And I like how the protocol is that it's a man that they're following. So this random man comes up to Jamie, asks him, hey, what's going on? Jamie's like, oh, it's this, and that. If Jamie had followed protocol, kept his mouth shut, Cooper would not have known any of this information, obviously. He could have lied and been like, oh, there's like a bomb threat and they just want to make sure things are good. And then that would have eased Cooper's, suspicions. But now Cooper's on high alert, extra high alert than before. Now we see Cooper looking for signs of escape even though he's with Riley on this concert date. This is when Cooper starts his whole thing on trying to escape, looking for any signs of escape to avoid capture.
Heard Nick's song. Let's get back to our...
And yeah, he just starts doing psychopathy stuff. Pushing drunk girls down the stairs and all. So next we see Cooper interacting with Jamie again because Jamie promised some merch for Riley. And Cooper notices his ex's badge card.
Here, let me help you.
And of course, Jamie doesn't feel him swiping the card.
Bro! We had a training thing. All the employees of the arena, they gave us a code to say in each section of the arena in case we got stopped by police.
And of course, not to my surprise, we see Jamie again yapping about everything there is to know about this protocol.
Real undercover stuff.
Cooper has already realized that Jamie is easy manipulated and of course asks him,
What's your code? I mean, if you can say, I don't want you to get in trouble.
This is one of those things where a character just pisses you off because it's like, Jamie, why are you being so trusting?
Hamilton.
And then he tells Cooper everything with a big fat smile on his face. So now Cooper has pieces of information and equipment that will now allow him to navigate the venue without rising suspicion. So we see Cooper here accessing a random room part of the venue. And he walks in on a briefing that's going on. Then Cooper arrogantly slaps on his badge, and because of that, I guess that gives him immunity to all these police officers. I mean, if we notice back in the earlier part of the movie, there was an employee that walked into a room, and those specific police officers actually ID'd the employee guy that was wearing employee clothes.
Sorry, guys. Just gotta check the coffee, okay?
See, right then and there, he should have been caught. They could have ID'd him, even if he provided the Hamilton code or whatever that Jamie gave him. Police should have ID'd him, you know, his identification driver license card. And then boom, movie would have ended there. Cooper's caught, the mission is over, and yeah, poor Riley would have been left all by herself, but Cooper would have been caught.
I'm just gonna squeeze through here. Jeez, there's a big...
But since that didn't happen, moving on. More equipment to help Cooper.
Surveillance footage from area where victims' bodies were found recorded men of various builds. A red-headed male.
Now this scene is very important. Towards the end of this video, we will be talking about this scene specifically because this was one of the biggest flaws in this movie and how this movie could have ended much sooner. But we'll be talking about this later.
2 African-American males above average height. A male with white hair and...
The next decision we're going to be talking about is Riley.
I'll be right back.
Dad, you keep leaving.
So yeah, we know Cooper kept leaving Riley all by herself, and I guess Riley never really said anything about it up until now.
You want me to come? I feel bad.
No, you enjoy.
Riley could have gotten pissed and been like, no, Dad, you know, you keep leaving me. We're supposed to be here together. But she ends up being like, okay, I'll just stay here. You go ahead, do what you gotta do. That could have stopped Cooper from leaving, continuing his whole little scheme of trying to get out. And eventually the police would have gotten him out of his seat like we've seen them do throughout the whole movie up until now.
Here, all sections be ready for contingency 4. I've told you how this is going to work.
This is the smart FBI lady. She's in the same boat as Cooper for me. And what I mean by that is they both seem to be the only intelligent characters in this movie.
He's going to try to cause a panic. He's going to make a bomb call to police or set off a fire alarm.
So yeah, throughout the movie, she's just actively telling the employees and police officers that this is what Cooper might do and this is how you can try and stop him.
Only women and children are let through.
So if he was to have pulled that fire alarm, Cooper still wouldn't have gotten out because she thought of that. Cooper makes his way up to the roof after he burned some poor girl in some oil, and I guess to spectate, you know, how can he escape?
What's the code?
Hamilton.
And even though the police did question him, like ask for the code word and some type of card.
I see your card.
Which, by the way, where the hell did this card come from? Because it did not look like the access card that he swiped from Jamie. They still did not ask for ID. That should have been one of the main things. Ask for ID as well.
Who was the older woman who gave the presentation?
She's a profiler. She's thought of everything.
So this woman has been given directions left and right, telling everyone what they should be doing. But unfortunately for her, clearly not everyone has been doing that. Because later on in the movie, she actually does mention even employees need to be ID'd.
Dad, what are you doing? You're acting weird. Is something wrong? Do you want to go home?
Here we actually see Riley getting upset because Cooper has been absent the entire concert. I feel like if she had done this sooner, Cooper wouldn't have gotten all this information from Jamie, the police, and all that. And like I said, eventually the police would have came up to him and got him out of his seat. Like, hey, we need to identify you.
Let's just be together. I want you to see the rest of the concert.
Deal.
So now we see that Cooper is just like,
Oh, what can I do now? What can I do now?
I hope I get picked for the Dreamer Girl song.
Well, you never know. We'll keep our fingers crossed.
so when Cooper and Riley return to their seats, Riley tells Cooper about the Dreamer Girl.
Yeah, she gets to go backstage and everything.
And that gives Cooper the idea to lie to Lady Raven's dad, I mean uncle.
Backstage, huh? Well, that is something. Hey!
Hey!
That's my daughter, Riley. She just recovered from having leukemia. I know we're nobodies, but please thank Lady Raven for us.
Hey, what seats you guys in?
So like we have already established, Cooper's pretty intelligent, so he came about it in a real humble way.
Excuse me. Sorry to bother you. Could I talk to her for a second? Hey, Riley, we were wondering if you would like to be Lady Raven's dreamer girl at today's show.
So yeah, since Jamie mentioned to Cooper earlier that the only way you can get past security is by backstage, here we are now.
You're with us. You should talk with him.
See, this police officer was being pretty smart, but of course because of plot, we need this movie to drag on longer than it should have.
Oh, it's all good. He's with us.
Cooper's saved again.
You're all good.
I don't care what that dude told the police, he should have just kept on pressing the issue like, no, we gotta do our job, I gotta ID him.
She was about to collapse.
Cooper being smart again to evade the FBI lady's radar. You know, he picks homegirl up that was about to faint. And then he just leaves Riley by herself.
You're gonna be okay. Don't try and stand up.
He's a gem. Can we keep him? He's really good with them.
Okay, so this is kind of irrelevant, but I just can't help but point out a real EMT at a concert venue would not let a random civilian in normal clothes do this. Like, it's different, you know, Cooper was the one that brought her in, cool. But the moment he brings her in, they would have been telling him, hey, step back, we got the rest. They would not be letting him do all that. Another missed opportunity where a police could have identified him.
All male stadium employees should be run through the system again. We will stop every male in attendance at this concert.
But no one is doing that. I am sorry, FBI lady. You are so intelligent, everyone else are imbeciles.
One of you is going to be talking to the butcher in the next 20 minutes.
Many already have talked to him.
So you guys are gonna go out the back way? You're gonna go through a police inspection there. They'll ask you some questions. It's nothing. We just have some extra security tonight.
And we can see Cooper slightly start to panic.
And our very close group are excluded. There's no sign of him at all.
He's playing his hand very well.
Okay, so we see that Lady Raven is in on this, and you'd think that her dad, I mean uncle from earlier, is also in on this, so he would have let the police ID him.
Hey, I think you heard about my daughter's condition. Can I talk to you alone for a moment? Just for like 1 minute.
Of course.
I don't know if you know anything about carbon monoxide. Your body wants the poison. It wants it more than oxygen. That's why it can be so very lethal in small spaces.
So when I first watched this movie at this part, I was like, oh shit. They got me with the shock factor here for sure.
I'm sorry.
The reason I wanted to talk to you is...
I just like how Lady Raven's like, what is it? After Cooper just dropped that whole weird thing on her.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of move of desperation, he basically starts spewing to Lady Raven, he's the butcher.
I'll let him go if you do one thing. You're going to ask me and my daughter if we want to ride in your limousine. And then you're going to drive us out of here.
Cooper has seen earlier before in the movie that Lady Raven is a pretty sweet little girl. And he's using that to his advantage to leave her with an ultimatum.
Save him. Catch me. Save him. Catch me.
Save the guy or let Cooper go. So I can't really blame Lady Cooper on this one too much. Like, I totally understand her position. She's a young girl who now holds the life of a man in her hands, and she's stuck between a rock and a hard place. As much as she wants to catch Cooper, she really wants to save this young guy too. But personally, if it was me, I probably would have called his bluff and been like, you know what, F you, I'm gonna go call my people, you're getting arrested, motherfucker. Or she could have secretly signaled someone somehow, like, does she not have a panic button? Or if Lady Raven was cold and been like, you know what, we can sacrifice one victim just so we can catch your ass, let's do it. Notify the FBI lady. And that means he wouldn't have any future victims.
These three are clear
So it's already been established before, if you're one of Lady Raven's personal crew, I guess you're exempt from identification, so we'll ignore that. Don't worry, baby girl, you were doing everything right. Everyone else is just failing you.
Hey, Riley. Can I visit your home?
So this is where Lady Raven decides to take matters into her own hands.
Oh my god, that would be like so incredible! Oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god.
And obviously Cooper's not happy about that.
Just wait here.
Couldn't she have texted her limo driver this whole time? Like, dude, call the police? But yeah, by this point, we still have like 45 minutes left to go on this movie.
Can I show you my room? Of course. Logan, help me clean.
She could have been like, hey, let me come with you, Riley.
I'll kill young Spencer if you say anything in front of them. If you send a text or if the police show up, I'll kill him.
By this point, we can see that Lady Raven doesn't want to do anything to jeopardize that man's life. So I'm not going to criticize her too hard on not contacting the police, at least right then and there.
For some reason, he bought tickets to my concert. We had no idea why. Most of my fans are teenage girls.
I'm also not going to criticize her on this either, because I can see she's just trying to come up with a way, how can I get Cooper caught? So this is her way of stalling, or just, you know, try to let light to Cooper's wife, like, hey, your dude's the butcher. So Lady Raven offers to play some piano, and she does one smart move, but then she shoots it all down the drain.
Shall we take a selfie?
Yeah. Has anyone seen my phone?
Use your dad's phone.
She steals his phone,
I need my phone back now.
Cooper?
I need my phone.
Dad!
and here she could have used the perfect opportunity to right away call police, and then she could have given the phone to police, and then that's how she could have saved this guy, because it's no longer in Cooper's possession. Just chill in the bathroom till police get there.
Hello?
But she starts wasting time talking to the victim, and I get it, she feels very bad for him, but baby girl, call the police.
Tell me anything you remember to help me find you.
And then she also goes live, and I understand she has a very dedicated fan base that would help her and do anything for her.
We only have seconds. I know you can do this. Does anyone in Philadelphia or nearby New Jersey live near a statue of a broken lion?
But she goes live and asks them to help her locate this man, which the man told her, oh, this is what I saw from when Cooper was kidnapping me. So then she finally has someone contact police.
We're standing by, sir. I'm gonna drive around out of here.
So then for the rest of this movie, we see Cooper, try to kidnap Lady Raven. That doesn't work out. And then he just keeps escaping police custody somehow. And it just keeps dragging on and on and on.
Cooper.
Maybe the trap wasn't set there at the concert. Maybe it was set here.
So eventually we find out that Cooper's wife was actually the one behind everything. She contacted police about the purchased concert tickets.
I did.
Now, do you remember me earlier in the video saying that we need to remember this specific scene?
Surveillance footage from area where victims' bodies were found recorded men of various builds. A red-headed male.
Now, what made that scene so important and how it correlates to this scene?
A receipt from the concert. I found a payphone and called the police to say that it might be the butcher.
So now we know that this whole concert setup was because of the wife. Now, why that scene is so important, you may ask? The wife has pictures of Cooper. She could have provided those pictures. I think she provided those pictures to the FBI lady. In those protocols that's been going on in the movie, those pictures could have been shown to each and every single employee, police, security, anyone. I think it would have prevented this whole cat and mouse thing. The moment Riley and Cooper entered the venue where security checkpoint is, security would have recognized him and been like, oh, it's the butcher. Let me notify the police so they can keep a track on this guy. But no, that did not happen for whatever reason. Oh yeah, so we can promote Lady Raven.
And maybe I was wrong. Maybe they would prove that.
I don't know if this was their excuse to not use that picture theory, but she could have still provided the pictures. Cooper would have been investigated, and then yeah, we would have seen from there. So Rachel drugs him, he starts getting woozy, he tries to kill Rachel, the police finally catch him. The police I know from viral videos on the internet would have been tackled his ass. A little off topic, but shout out to Riley and Cooper here. I mean, even though we know that Cooper is a murderous psychopath, he's clearly shown that he's a very big family man and just a loving father towards Riley. I feel like this scene was really realistic. Like, Riley knows that Cooper is a murderer now. She can't help but cry and know like she's never gonna see her dad for the rest of her life. She just has to give him one last hug. I don't know if this means that we're gonna get a Trap 2. You know, maybe he's gonna come after Lady Raven, Rachel, try to reunite with Riley. But another decision is, why did they let him pick up the bike? And why didn't they put any police in the car with him? But let's be real. This movie realistically would have ended much sooner if it wasn't for everyone's decisions contributing to Cooper's bullshit. But here's how Trap could have went if this was realistically in real life.
What the hell are you doing out here? Sorry.
What's the code?
Let her go.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did making it. I will be making more videos like this on other movies. This video isn't to be taken too seriously. It's just like, you know, how it could have ended sooner, I guess. No hate to Lady Raven. I'm just gonna use her name in the movie. Her music is actually very catchy. You know, I took a look at some of her music. It's just funny how Mr. M. Night Shyamalan, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, used this movie as a way to promote her. I mean, that's his daughter. You can't really blame him. But I feel like they ruined a real potential good movie just to give his daughter the spotlight. And yeah, that's why this movie dragged on for so long as it did. Anyways, thanks for watching.